Welcome back to Financial Future. Today's topic is a big one, and it's already raising a lot of questions. There's growing discussion around direct payments to the American people, possibly delivered through prepaid cards, vouchers, or restricted use funds, with amounts rumored to reach up to $15 per person. This idea comes from a newly announced plan by the administration, and it is not what many people think it is. So in this video, I'm going to break down what this plan actually is, who it may apply to, how the money could be distributed, and why this is not the $2,000 dividend payment you've heard about. Let's get into it. Now first, I want to be very clear right from the start. This is not the $2,000 dividend proposal that's been discussed since last November, the one I've covered multiple times here on Financial Future. This is something completely different, and it was recently introduced by the administration. The plan being discussed is what they're calling the Great Healthcare Plan. So what does that mean? Let's rewind for a moment. At the end of 2025, the Affordable Care Act subsidies officially expired. Those subsidies were keeping health insurance premiums lower for millions of Americans. When they expired, premiums jumped, and that issue played a major role in the record government shutdown late last year. Instead of extending those ACA subsidies, the administration is now proposing a different approach. Their idea? Don't send the money to insurance companies. Send it directly to the people. According to the plan, the money that would have gone to large health insurance providers would instead be redirected to individuals. The goal is to let people choose their own coverage instead of relying on government-negotiated subsidies. Now here's where things get interesting. There is no official dollar amount yet, but speculation suggests payments could land somewhere between $1,000 and $1,500 per eligible person. But, and this is important, the administration does not want to simply send out checks or direct deposits. Why? Because they believe that if people receive cash, most of it won't be used for healthcare. So instead, they're exploring restricted distribution methods. Some of the options being discussed include automatically funding health savings accounts, HSAs, that can only be used for medical expenses, issuing prepaid debit cards that only work for healthcare purchases, or providing vouchers that can be redeemed specifically for health insurance plans. The idea is to limit how the money can be spent. The administration says this would be a win for consumers, the healthcare system, and the federal budget. But let's be honest for a moment. Anytime the government says this is good for you, it's fair to be skeptical. Is this really about empowering individuals? Or is it about controlling costs and reducing government spending while shifting responsibility onto consumers? That's the real question. So I want to hear from you. Do you like this idea, getting controlled healthcare funds directly? Or would you rather see the ACA subsidies reinstated to immediately lower premiums? Because here's the reality many people are facing in 2026. Health insurance premiums have gone up significantly. I'll share mine for context. My premium increased by roughly 20% from 2025 to 2026. That's not a small jump. That's hundreds of dollars more every year out of pocket. So I'd like to ask you, did your premium increase this year? And if so, by about what percentage, not dollar amount? Drop that in the comments. Now once again, this healthcare payment proposal has nothing to do with the $2,000 dividend plan. That is a separate discussion with different funding, timelines, and political hurdles. As more details come out, whether this becomes prepaid cards, HSAs, vouchers, or something else, I'll break it all down for you right here on Financial Future. And let's just say the quiet part out loud. The reason this money would be restricted is simple: they don't trust people to spend it on healthcare. That's the truth. Whether you agree with that or not, that's the motivation behind this plan. As always, I want your thoughts. Do you support this approach? Or do you think it's overly complicated and unnecessary? Make sure to comment below. If you found this helpful, subscribe to Financial Future. It's free, and it helps the channel grow. Hit the like button, share the video, and stay tuned. I'll keep you updated as new information comes out. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.